It's been 249 days since I've had a single drop of alcohol. January 1st, 2025 was the last time I had alcohol in my system. Well, maybe into the second day, but essentially that's the last time I drank. And man, I feel different. I feel good in a lot of ways. I enjoy drinking. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy drinking. I don't think there's anything wrong with it as long as you're in control and it doesn't lead to any type of negative repercussion. But for me, I like to be in control of things. And, we went a little hard at my house, me and a few of the boys and stuff like that. I had a little New Year's Eve party and we're drinking till 5:30 in the morning. And, nothing happened. It was a great night. Like there was no issues or anything like that. But I just, I realized like, man, I'm drinking a lot and it catches up to you, I think, at times. You start to feel it in different ways. Now, I wasn't drinking every weekend, and I don't drink throughout the week generally. Normally, I drink maybe on a Saturday, maybe a Friday, Saturday, kind of depending on what's going on. But usually, once a week, maybe 4 times a month. For me, that's a lot. That's being consistent drinking. And when you're having 5, 6, 7, 8 drinks in one night and you're going hard, it's like, man, again, I think it catches up to you in different ways. I always like to be in control of anything that I can consider a vice. Whether that's alcohol, whether that's diet, food, discipline, whatever it is, right? I always want to be in control of that. And I think as a man, and not just men, I think women should be too as well, but I think as a man, you should always be in control of anything that can tempt you. You have temptation in front of you. How do you react to it? Do you falter? Do you break? Or, do you stand strong and do you turn away? And I think that speaks to, to our character as men and again, people in general. And not saying that, I don't resist temptation all the time. I do my best to try to resist anything that can be tempted. But when it came to alcohol, I was like, man, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna try something different this year, which I haven't done in a long time. And I quit cold turkey, you know what I mean? And it's been a hell of a ride. There's been times where, I get tempted and I'm like, man, a nice beer would be good and nice cold beer, a little drink or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I'm traveling. I travel out to LA and I've been out there a lot this year. And there's been so many times where I'm like, man, I'm at the beach, like it'd be perfect. I'm with good company, good weather, like why not have a cold drink? And every single time I've said no. The temptation came and it went. And I was fine, you know what I mean? It's not been anything that's been crazy. I don't have like super, super hard cravings, but there are times where I think about it. And saying that, I may drink this weekend. I've learned not to put pressure on myself in regards to something like this. If it happens, it happens. If I end up drinking this weekend for whatever reason, then I'm drinking again. That's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If I don't drink this weekend, that's fine too as well. You know what I mean? There's no pressure whether I do or I don't. I've made it this far, you know what I mean? And I've proven to myself and even the people around me that I'm good. I've had mocktails here and there. I've been out to bars. I've been out to different places with people, with friends, where everybody's getting drunk, where there's open bar, free drinks. And, I'm just sitting there chilling, you know what I'm saying? Having a good time, having a good conversation. And I don't feel like shit the next day. I think that's one of my favorite things about not drinking is just not feeling like shit the next day. But with that being said, I'm not opposed to drinking again, and I'm not judging anybody that drinks and not judging anybody that doesn't drink. I think if you can fit in a space where it doesn't control you, it doesn't lead to any negative aspects, at the end of the night, then hey, man, do it. Just be careful. I think everything in moderation, right? But that's been interesting this year. It's been hard. It's been tough in a lot of ways just because I'm home almost 24/7 if I'm not in LA. And for me, I'm a social person. I've been so introverted this year. I haven't really seen a whole lot of my partners and stuff. I haven't really been kicking it a whole lot. I've been very, very, very to myself almost 24/7. And drinking helps me get out the house, right? It's nighttime, it's the weekend, it's Vegas. What do we do? Let's go out to eat. Let's go, go drink. Let's go, bar hopping and stuff like that. And for me this year, I haven't done that, it does become hard again just from the social aspects. I'm not saying that I can't go out and have a drink. It just everybody's drinking, you know what I mean? And I think people don't hit me up because they know, I haven't been drinking lately. So I'm good. Like I could be around alcohol and not drink, or again, I could be around it and choose to drink. I'm good either way. So with that being said, Sometimes you need to change things up. You need to learn how to have discipline. Need to learn how to be resilient in times where you feel like you might falter, you might crumble, you might, fall into temptation. I think we have to test ourselves within reason. Be careful when I say that loosely, but I think we need to test ourselves. Can we do X, Y, and Z without turning back to A, B, and C, right? Again, I think it's a testament of your character, who you are, your resilience, your strength, and something to be proud of. So, yeah, I hope you guys are blessed. If you're sober right now, I commend you. If you're drinking, drink in moderation. Not judging you. I think it's a beautiful thing as long as, again, you can do it within moderation and there's no negative outcomes. So I appreciate y'all watching. I hope you guys are blessed. Holla at your kuya.